So the Leafs beat the Rangers for their fourth straight win. The next day, I go off and get married and headed on my honeymoon. I come back a week later and find out Toronto has lost 3 straight, and everybody in Leafs Nation is going, "I can't take it anymore!" And last night, they beat the Florida Panthers, and it's back to, all the way, baby, yeah! I've missed you, my fellow Leaf fans, I really have.
Take your partners for the billing. Come on! Well, I met you at a party. It was take me out. I was outside being sick, so I came inside again. I got another bottle, but that made me feel worse. I was sick at the same time. It made me shout and curse. The music played so loud it made my ears pop. When I went dancing, I got over that bar.
Rubber knife. So last night we played the, well, what's a good word to describe the style of play the Florida Panthers use? Freaking boring! And true to typical Florida fashion, no forecheck. Well, occasional forecheck. The rest of the time there's 5 guys hanging back in the neutral zone, meaning everybody in the entire building and everyone watching at home is basically just going. Until late in the first period, 2 things happen that needed to happen. Tyler Bozak gets his first goal of the year, and the Leafs actually score on the power play. Of course, big ups go to the 2 players who didn't actually score the goal but made it all happen, Dion Phaneuf and Nikolai Kulemin. Phaneuf for the great outlet pass, Kulemin for getting in behind the defense, not giving up when he got in too tight, and throwing the puck out front. Bozak comes in, pots the easy shot, 1-0 Toronto. But then, well, things kind of take a turn for the ridiculous. Look, I know it's easy to pick on the refs in the NHL. In fact, pointing out that there are deficiencies in the officiating in the National Hockey League is kind of like pointing out how there might be too much lead in the toys coming over from China every Christmas. But the simple fact remains, we had some head scratchers last night. Case in point, the tripping penalty. I mean, that was a trip? Well, maybe it was. It was kind of an iffy call, but what I found interesting is that the referee who made the call was 100 feet back of the play and didn't actually have a really good line of sight to see it. And then, surprise, surprise, going back the other way, Grabowski gets his feet taken out from under him, and that same ref who made a call from 100 feet away is now 20 feet away and doesn't make the call. And there was that whole thing with Colton Orr running over the goaltender. Either way, some very odd calls last night. Florida manages to capitalize on one of them, ties the game up at 1. And then Orr goes bowling for goaltenders. I mean, like, nobody's going to argue that that goal should not have counted. It shouldn't have. But it did. Which maybe is kind of things getting balanced out for the Leafs. They have had some goals called back that probably should have been counted. But I think they probably could have picked a better spot to try and even things out than that. To add insult to injury, the puck actually ends up hitting Colton Orr's skate and then going into the net, meaning he gets credited for the goal. End result, Florida starts pressing late in the 3rd period, Bozak knocks a puck loose, Kessel gets it, and he's gone. Great speed and hustle late in the shift, that awesome wrist shot, 3-1 Toronto. And then what is one of the strangest setups I have seen in a very, very long time. Florida pulls the goaltender, and Tim Brent is nowhere to be found at center ice. Because he's actually back about 10 feet in front of J.S. Giguère, covering the dump-ins. What's even more confusing is everybody in the building saw it. The middle of the lane was wide open. Florida could have carried the puck in, and yet they kept dumping it in for some reason. Who says there's no overcoaching in the NHL? So in the end, the Leafs end up winning 3-1. On a very odd note, this is the 4th straight time Toronto has played the backup goaltender of an opponent. Not that I'm complaining, hey, I'll take any win they can get at this point in time. Up next for the Leafs, the Boston Bruins. Hopefully Kessel can snap his little schneid against his former team and actually pot 1, and hopefully more goals. That's Thursday night. I'll see you after the game.